Can't buy me love. Everybody tells me so. Can't buy me love. No, 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 no. It was very romantic when I looked into Inoue's eyes. There was angels singing. You know, you ready for round two? Let's rematch. No, there was just a lot of respect. He came to me when he saw me. He went around and then he made his way to say hello to me, because I was doing an interview for the Japanese TV, and he was very 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 kind, and very respectful. And what I just saw is just this kid, who's a man, who has a lot of respect and who has a lot of growth. I was proud of him. Proud that he was able to put that switch. I mean, just being in front of me and the respect that we give to each other. But then when he needs to turn it on inside that ring, that's what he did. So there was a lot of similarities between me and him. He's very technical. He's strong. He's fast. He has a lot of overall abilities, and that's what makes him very difficult of a fighter. And he's also very smart. Instead of Casimero and in comparison to Inoue, they're completely opposite. I mean, both got power, but when it comes down to technicality and just intelligence, Inoue is just on a different level than him. What is done is done. All I'm focused on right now is getting inside that ring and or getting that rematch. But first and foremost is getting past. Step
Casimero.
over Casimero.
You forgot.
Yeah, step over Casimero, and then do everything perfectly with Inoue. I mean, Oubaali said I didn't hit hard, so
Well, there's that.
that's one thing. Before the fight, he claimed I didn't hit hard. Early on, I mean, if you look at the fight with Inoue, the first round he tried to be aggressive, and then I pressed forward, and then I dictated the fight. I mean, he's a very skillful guy, so of course he had to adjust here and there. But that was their plan, was to make me run. But I had a different plan.
We look forward to a clean fight. That's all we ever wanted. So good luck when you're training camp.
Never been the type to say anything. All I do is show what I do in the ring. I believe I can take him out. That's pretty much what I've told that to everybody. I have the power to do it. I have the means to do it. I have the skills to do it. But all of that is going to be said and done inside the ring. I don't have time to play the games. I'm training my ass off every single time. I always plan to knock out anybody who steps inside that ring. That's always my game plan. I don't care who it is. May the best man win. Train hard. I want the best of you, because you'll get the best of me.
The fight is going on dependent on whether or not they decide if they want to do the drug testing. WBC stands behind clean sports. They can enroll, but they have to tell people where they are. And that's what I've been chasing. So they've enrolled since 2017, but at the same time, if you've enrolled but yet they cannot find you, then it's kind of a null and void. It's like, okay, well, come test me. And then the testing agent comes and they're like, well, where are you? And then they disappear for 5 days.
Right, they didn't do their part
Exactly.
to finalize that.
Yeah, it's incomplete. If they don't adhere to the testing requirements, then the WBC belt is not online for them. Memo is the strength and conditioning trainer. That is what he has said. I don't know, but all I know is when we said Vada, 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 he decided to tag himself. It was a tag at Casimero, and he decided to tag himself and say, why are you coming at me? So I don't know where this accusation came from or why he felt that he was being targeted.
We're standing out there ready to get announced. The crowd, you hear the crowd, the energy, everyone's screaming, and Nonito just goes, I feel freaking great. Can't tell you the last time I felt this good going into a fight. He's like laughing, feels so good. Then when we get in the ring, Jimmy Lennon's Jr. is announcing it, and he says, Nonito Donaire, da, 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 all the belts, all the titles, a 20-year veteran of boxing. And Nonito looks and goes, man, I've been doing this for 20 years, man.
In that fight with Oubaali, there was a time when I heard him, and then I went to the habit of just going in there, hit me, and I'll hit you back as hard as possible. And then she yelled back at me, stay to the game plan, stick to the plan. That voice is just, it registered, and I came to realize, I'm like, okay, I'm veering off the game plan. I got to go back into the plan, and I think that's the biggest component in my victory and in my fighting style now, that is, I'm constantly focused because of her. I gave him a lot of false range, where he thought that that he can hit me. He was reaching in instead, because I didn't give him the right range for him, but it made it sound or look like he was able to hit me. But we planned that throughout the camp, and it came into fruition because he opened himself up. When I knew his rhythm and pattern is when I knew exactly when to punch.
Yeah, even if he, one of the things that we keyed in on was that he's never ever been on his back foot. And he's always pressed the fight. Of course he does. He's had an amazing Olympian record and amateur record. And so he presses forward. And from there, when we started looking at the videos, we were like, okay, well, so what does he have on the back foot? Yeah. And is he tested that way? And when you come into deep waters and you're not tested in a way that you are comfortable with, you either adjust or you burn out.
I mean, it was very simple to make weight. 118 is very simple to make weight for me. I mean, I'm very disciplined when it comes down to it. So I've never really had a problem. I mean, even making 115. When I fought Inoue, the pre-test or the pre-weigh-in, I was 116. I have to drink a little bit of water so I can be at 118 or 117, whatever it was.
What's next?
Inoue. That's it. I want to put all the belts. As my biggest goal is put all the belts together and be undisputed champion of the world. That's the only thing I have not done in boxing.
How long are you planning on fighting?
How long am I planning on fighting? I love boxing. Everything that I do is just everything that I do, everything that I have, everything that I am was because of boxing. Ultimately, when it comes down to it, I succeed in unifying all the belts. That's something that I have to think about. But at this moment in time, all I want to do is win. The whole pandemic and the time that I have for myself, learning and becoming mentally healthy. I mean, I think it's very important during that time to be mentally healthy. I started to realize what I truly wanted. I wanted to win. I wanted to do everything in my power to win. And that's why I'm back in the gym. That's why I'm constantly training and I'm healthy. I'm doing everything possible to nourish my body, and at the same time to constantly put the game plan so that it registers. So the obsession is just this feeling of wanting, feeling of knowing, and feeling of understanding that this is what I want. And I think that a lot of people don't know what they want, but I know I want, and that is to win.
The old Donaire was a counterpuncher. He would go in and out, make you miss, draw you in, catch you as you draw it in. You didn't see the punch. It's like a blind spot. It's like cutting somebody off in traffic. Boom, before you know it, oh shit, I'm out. I'm dropped. That's what he was. Now he can break a guy down. He goes to the body.
The Darchinyan Part 2 fight, when he was losing, I don't know what was happening in the corner. I never heard what was happening in the corner. But I remember he turned around and looked at me, and I said, "You're effing losing." And he looked at me, and then he went out and knocked out Darchinyan.
When somebody just tells you, "Oh, you're losing the fight," like, okay, but then somebody who cares about you deeply says it hits a spot, and I think that's why I came out there. I mean, I was sick as a dog. I had the flu then, and that fight was almost scratched because I was taking all kinds of medicine, flu medicine. And I could not move much, and I couldn't see the damn punches coming at me. I could see the punch, but I just couldn't react to it. Yeah. And it landed all over my face. Yeah, my action was off, but then when I did turn to her and she told me, that just, I guess, there's a bigger emotion when someone you care about is there. I mean, my dad was there, and I care about my dad, but the person that I have, that, we had kids together now. At that time, you had one kid. One boy.
We have Jarrell.
Just Jarrell.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm drinking my breast milk.
Oh, hey, TMI. What the heck was
It wasn't
that?
from the source.
Hey, they told me that it's supposed to make you, it's supposed to heal you. It's supposed to create immunity. So I went and all crazy internet stuff and I had to do that. You know, she would pump and I was like, are you sure about this? It's supposed to make me better. I had to drink it in a bottle, so.
Yeah, you didn't drink it from the source.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Hey. So anyways, back to it. We did everything possible to get that fever out. But yeah, no, it really impacted me when she said that, and I think that was the beginning of me realizing how powerful she is with me, you know. And from that moment on, I've kind of tried to include her as much as I can. Slowly, you know, and I think that was the very first transition to you being in my corner. Finish.
Thank you guys. August 14th. We'll see you then.
All right, I was here too.
She was here the entire time.